Good morning, welcome to Morning Outlook. This is Kim speaking on Tuesday the 26th of January. So let's be looking at what's coming out in terms of news, economic news today. We've got consumer confidence at 3 p.m. this afternoon. That's it. That's US consumer confidence 3 p.m. and the rest is left down to the technicals. So let's have a look at the technicals. Starting off as ever with the euro dollar. Euro dollar here looking quite bearish in terms of its pattern here, bearish sort of a flag effectively, looking just triggering a breakdown here. A break of that daily 50 would certainly give for further downside here, and you can just see when you come down the time frames here, the lower highs here, two lower highs through on the 4 hourlies, and as I said, looking quite soft here. Trouble is, it's moved a long old way so far in our session, in the Asian session, not in our session at all. I want to be trading this, and it's moved so far already. It's a fair old distance, so leaving us less scope, I guess, for decent movements. If anything, it could start getting a little bit oversold. It's not doing so at the moment, but could be getting oversold and may provide a bounce. But it leaves us with less scope for an intraday trade. For more of a swing trade, yes, you can potentially get some more swings in there. But as I said, leaving us a little bit less scope. But downside looks like it could be in favour. The pound has now broken its mean line through the regression channel there, and looking again soft. And again, we've seen quite a large move in the last 4 hourly bar. All bearishness here, lower highs confirmed, looking on the more bearish side. But again, we're seeing this sort of, it's already through quite a significant move down it's had here, almost down to its daily S2. Which it gives us again less scope to be trading for. Looking for possible retracements again. If it gets oversold, maybe even trade the retracement. But at this stage, it's as I say, just looking quite soft. Dollar yen. Hopefully, amongst all this, we'll find something that's tradable. So, oops, I just clicked on the Aussie. Let's do the dollar yen first. Dollar yen, well, it's quite choppy, not so range. It's far less range in this, and in fact, it pretty much sums it up. Yesterday, so we had a little trigger on an hourly, and it sort of moved 7 pips. Eventually, did move further, but it's very small moves on this at the moment. And well, you've got 5 pip intervals on a 60-minute chart. It just shows how thin this market really is. Quite consolidated, quite tightly drawn with the US dollar, but we are seeing it soften up here. Aussie dollar, waiting to find something that looks really quite good to trade, and there isn't a lot as I'm running through these at the moment. The Aussie dollar again has sold off through the Asian session here, not quite as far as some of them, but lower highs, all signs of weakness at the moment. US dollar strength is prevailing here, and we've still got these lower highs, lower lows on the bigger time frames on this 4 hourly. Again, daily pivot hit S1, hit range. Daily range has already been sort of pretty much done. We could get a retracement to sell into, and this is all I'm sort of looking for at the moment on these markets. Canadian dollar. This is the worst type of market that you sort of see in the mornings. It's where it's already done quite a lot of range. Yes, we can carry on seeing ranges, but it doesn't make for a good morning trade for sure. Canadian dollar, well, catching more of a bounce. It's put the higher lows in here, switched around. Yesterday when I was looking at this, I did wonder if it would roll over some more, but it failed to do so. It caught the bid and off the dollar's gone, and it's pretty strong since then. Having now again, well, it's got an untouched daily pivot. Maybe if it starts rolling over at some point, it would be a target. So it's one of the few markets that could have a bit of a target below there if it starts rolling. We'll have a quick look at New Zealand dollar just purely on the hourly here, and again it's similar. It's slightly slower move than some of the other markets, but it's still confirming lower highs and lower lows, and again retracements for selling points. So it's just about coming off its weekly pivot in a moment, but not the brightest start for the morning in terms of looking at some of these pairings. I will just look at, there's a couple of cross pairs I look at occasionally here. I wanted to look at the Aussie New Zealand dollar. We've been looking at this for some time. Just come back to this. Has it changed course? Well, it looks like it at the moment. It's certainly broken the trend for now. It's one of my has been one of my favourite shorting pairings. I was looking to see if it would come back to this weekly pivot for a potential short when I saw it selling off yesterday, but it's just going. You can see on 60-minute purely small retracements. This is just how this seems to run when it gets into a bit one of these moves. Normally I'm looking at it from the 4-hourly. You can see some of these moves historically, some decent old moves back to the weekly pivots, and off it goes. So that's not going to happen for me today anyway. And the Aussie Yen, let's just have a quick look at the Aussie Yen. Well, this too also selling here, and well, already gone. Nothing left for me on there. It's gone so far. So we'll look at the futures then. S&Ps, expect these have come off. Yep. Let's just come back to the dailies on the S&Ps. It's barely anything in the bigger picture here, and these, as I said many a time, retracements often give an opportunity for a bit of a buy. Could do with a decent retrace to be getting a buy on these markets. They're quite shallow at times. It did sell off yesterday afternoon there quite sharply there, but caught the bid, and well, it's selling off a little bit at the moment, but I really don't want to be on the on the sell side of this market. Eventually it might start coming around, but for now, no good. Gold, just looking at gold on the hourly here, really not going anywhere at all. It's just ranging in its sort of choppy old mode. Has sold off a little bit this morning, but as I say, quite range bound. It may still sell off back to this weekly pivot. It'd be nice to see that cleared off, but it's just become quite unreliable in terms of there's little in the way of trend, and it does overshoot its ranges, so a bit unreliable there. And oil. So oil just tipping back a little bit, but again yesterday it pushed back. We see a stronger dollar sometimes. Well, we often see oil slide back a little bit, and it's just doing that at the moment. There's a bearish pivot swing there on the hourly, 4 hourlies, looking softish at the moment. And well, maybe if we see a break of this the trend across the lows here, it could be on for a bit more of a correction there. Right, that's pretty much it. New Zealand dollar CAD, I'm being asked here. It's a rare one. I don't trade this, but I'll have a look. Quite big spreads on some brokers. It's okay for a swing side. So from a swing point of view, well, this is looking like it's got more upside on this basis. This New Zealand dollar picking up a little bit this week. And it's certainly, well, it's consolidated where it is here. Again, it's done quite a bit of, well, actually, I'm saying that it's not done quite so much actually. I'm looking at 4 hourly here. There we go, consolidating and not really doing too much at all at this stage. So would like to have seen that daily pivot underneath there ticked off. Then the way it's been going with a break maybe of the upper trend there for a push up towards its R1 on an intraday basis. So there we are. Now, finally, let's just have a look. I know there's quite a few Bitcoin followers out there. Let's just have a look. I see Ethereum's been pushing well. I can't put an Ethereum chart on this particular system. This is just the futures here. But Bitcoin come off again a bit again today. And the way this is looking at the moment, well, the monthly pivot may be yet in range for the overall. We've still got quite a bit of month left, well, 4 or 5 days. It does look a little bit on the softer side, but I'm just looking as we come down here. Daily pivot untouched above, but bit too smaller time frames for me for Bitcoin. It's really a something that should be looking off the higher time frames here, and for looking more for swings, bigger holds. But at the moment, it doesn't look particularly great. It looks like if it closed anything like this, we could see further downside. A change of this, it could be simply a break of a trend line on the Bitcoin. Okay, that's pretty much it. Morning, Dean. One thing I'd say, if you haven't logged into it and you've never been to it before, do join us for 2-3 days. There will be a link at the bottom of this video once it goes live stream onto the system itself, but you can actually catch the, I don't know, may even be able to cut and paste it into the chat side here as well. So let's just paste that there. No, oh I can, there we go. So there we go. So if you want to join us for 2 days, tomorrow and Thursday, do so. Sign up on that and we'll see you there. Okay, that's it for me. Have a great day and I will catch you tomorrow. Bye for now.